Hey, what's up? I'm Josh Shideler, Public Information Officer for Houston TranStar. This is Talk Traffic to Me, and today's guest is Eric Berger with Space City Weather. Eric, thank you for joining me. I'm going to jump right in today because I want to take advantage of every single second that I have with you. The work you do, the work Matt Lanza does, the Space City Weather team is incredible. My wife and I trust you guys completely. The region has really grown to lean on you and depend on you for the good weather information that you put out there. So thanks for all the great work that you do. Since we've got you here today, Eric, I'd love to pick your brain about the 2021 hurricane season. We're officially in hurricane season now. It's a hard question, but what can we anticipate as a region? What are we looking at this year in terms of hurricane season?
So unfortunately, I think we're going to see a busy year again across the Atlantic. What that means for the Texas coast, it's really difficult to say. But quite clearly, the sea surface temperatures in the Atlantic, where these storms most often form, are a bit warmer than normal. It's not expected to be an El Nino year, which tends to moderate activity in the Atlantic. So we're probably looking at maybe around 50% more activity than normal. Real issue will be whether any of those storms get in the Gulf of Mexico and ultimately threaten Texas and the greater Houston area. And frankly, that's not something we can predict. It's just the odds are probably a little better this year. The dice are a little bit more loaded because it does look like a busy season.
Sure. No, that makes complete sense. Well, I know I'm certainly glad that you guys are here. You guys push daily updates to your website, right? In terms of what we're seeing and what we can expect throughout the hurricane season, right?
Yeah, we keep on top of things, and we try to tell people what they need to know and what they really don't need to worry about. And that's one of the things that we really try to reinforce, Josh. I always tell our readers that they should be aware of the fact that we're in hurricane season, and they ought to be prepared, but they ought not be worried about it every single day. Most years, a hurricane does not directly affect the Houston area, and so the odds are that this year it will be okay. But about every 10 years on average, we do see some serious impacts, be it wind, surge, inland rainfall, or all three. So that's something that, it's something to be aware of and be prepared for. But like I said, it's not something that should be front of mind, causing anxiety on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And, from my vantage point, there are some resources that residents should sort of be aware of, to make sure that you're prepared all throughout hurricane season. Definitely tune into Space City Weather. And on the TranStar side of things, a lot of people know that we have and we manage the roadway cameras along the freeway system in our area, but they don't know that we push real-time traffic information to our website and our mobile app. So road conditions, crashes, we're putting that information out 24/7. And during heavy rain events, and particularly during hurricane season, folks will really want to kind of tune into TranStar as well, because we're pushing information about flooded road locations. When there's a roadway that's confirmed to be flooded, we'll note that on the TranStar map. And we'll also communicate which roads are highly likely to be flooding based on really good rainfall sensor data that is managed largely by the Harris County Flood Control District. So there's lots of good resources out there that we want folks to be aware of. So as we go through hurricane season, they can just be as prepared as possible. Eric, for folks who may not yet be following you, how can people at home tune into Space City Weather? How can they follow you on social media? You guys are active there, I know. Is that right?
Yeah, you can find us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram just by searching for Space City Weather. That's also the name of our website and our app in the Apple and Android store. So we're out there. And I would just like to reinforce what you said, Josh, kind of about these really real-time resources that residents have. They've got, we always say, like, if you're planning activity and there's inclement weather threatening, the first thing you should do is check the radar before you head out. The second thing you can do is Harris County has this wonderful resource of flood gauges, and you can find the local bayous or streams that are going to directly affect where you live. And the third resource is what you mentioned, the traffic. You can find out which roadways are affected by high water or accidents before you go. But the high water is certainly pertinent all throughout the year in Houston. And so it's a tremendous resource.
Yeah, that's a great point. Not just during hurricane season. We see rain at all times a year. So yeah, stay apprised, stay in the know, follow Space City weather for sure. Um, but yeah, Eric, thank you very much for joining today. We keep these kind of quick for social media purposes, but I'm so grateful to you for the work that you and Matt Lanza do with Space City Weather, for being here with me today. We are certainly lucky to have you in our region, so thank you.